One of the wonderful things about living in the state of Florida is that even in the middle of February, we can enjoy a big old beach bash. And with us today is Malia Hinkle from the city of Haines City to talk to us about Ribs on the Ridge and their big VIP beach party this year. Malia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about this event.
Well, Ribs on the Ridge is one of our largest events. This is our 7th year having it, and it is a barbecue competition that we're affiliated with the Florida Barbecue Association. So teams will come from all over and they compete in our competition as well as other competitions in the state of Florida. You have pro and backyard teams that'll compete, and then we also have a variety of vendors that'll come out. It's a 2-day event. So this year on Friday night, we're also including a VIP beach party as well. So it's quite a lot going on in 2 days.
No doubt. So what is the date for that again?
It's going to be February the 27th and 28th, and it'll be at Lake Eva Park in Haines City.
Now, I know that the event itself is the whole competition.
Yes.
But it's kind of a big deal for the fact that it leads into some other major competitions.
Yes. Each competition that's in the state of Florida will have different qualifiers and things like that the teams can compete for. So they do get some kind of point system, but we do also have backyard teams. So if you think you've got some pretty good barbecue and you want to sign up and cook it, you're definitely more than welcome to do that as well. And then we do also have just our vendors, craft and food, that'll come in and set up and sell things. So it is something for the whole family. It's not just something to compete. A lot of these teams will sell their food, so families can come out and you have a kid area for kids. I think we might be having a mechanical bull this year. So we've got a lot of stuff for the entire family.
Yeah, so you can definitely go to this event and say that rather than there being no bull, there's going to be a bull.
Yes.
Nice. So now I know that part of the competition, it's a qualifier for like the Jack Daniel's Invitational and the American Royal in Kansas City.
Yes.
So you're going to get a lot of really great barbecuers coming out for this.
Oh yes, we get teams. We have a lot of our teams that come back every year, which we love because you start building relationships with them. We've got some that have been here since day one. So when we start getting all their info sent in, it's really good to kind of build those relationships with people and then see how well they do each year. And so it's a really nice event.
That's got to be a lot of fun tracking people from 7 years ago and seeing how they've grown as barbecuers. Oh
yeah, and they're all very friendly. It's like a little kind of barbecue family. They're very friendly. So.
A barbecue clique, if you will.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, I know that you were saying that there are professionals, but there are also
backyard teams.
Backyard teams. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the professionals, if you go on FBA, I'm not sure all the specific rules and regulations, but to qualify as a pro team, there's certain guidelines that you have to follow. And then as you compete, when you win different things, that just increases your level. But the backyard team is something that allows anyone to compete. You still have to pay, obviously it's additional fees, not just to come and just set up a little booth. Like there are different areas like that that you can do. So it's not as difficult, and it allows for people to join. And then you'll see some of your backyard teams, eventually they do become pro. So that's really neat too.
Like you were saying, from 7 years ago, tracking the people who have grown and really become more and more experienced in the craft of what they do.
Oh, yes.
Now, what are some of the things that people actually win in these competitions?
There are cash prizes for our competition particularly. You have your grand champ, which is your overall winner for the professional division. The backyard teams do not win any cash prizes. Those are trophies and kind of bragging rights, if you will. But if you are in the professional division, the more you win, the more money you get. So. Well,
gotta love, I can think of worse ways to make a living than barbecuing on the weekends. That's great. Now, what are some of the things that, I know that there's a kids Q division and things like that.
Yes, we usually do a kids kind of competition. This year we're doing it a little bit differently. We're going to be providing basically a hamburger patty, and they get to season it and create it themselves. So we'll have a grill set up for them to do all of that on, and then they can kind of do their own little competition that way.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch the kids, because they are very into it and very serious about what they're doing. So.
Well, that's the funny thing, because you see kids that age and you just assume that it's going to be like, oh yeah, patty smack.
No.
But no, So they take it even more serious than adults, it seems.
Yes, yes, they have a good time. So there's that for the kids, and then like I said, we have our food and craft vendors that come out, and then we have an area that's specifically with kids rides, but we also do some things too that the adults will enjoy, like the mechanical bull and things like that. So it really is, it's very large. We've got a lot of people that participate, so it's really fun. We're going to have entertainment. We're working on getting that lined up, so I don't have any names quite yet, but it will be a good time. So.
Excellent, definitely something for everybody.
Oh yes, yes.
Now I know that along with the actual barbecuing, there's also going to be sauce contests and things of that nature?
Yes. We do a sauce and dessert competition, so that kind of gives the teams the chance to showcase some extra stuff that they have. The dessert this year, we're allowing them to specifically bring in for, cakes or pies, or they can have, if they have some other kind of dessert they want to do, they can bring that in as well. So we kind of broke it down a little bit. Instead of just desserts, it helps that way. And then of course the sauce, they bring all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Very excellent. So now, how much does it cost to actually come to this event?
Well, for the event itself, there is no admission fee. How it works is we have rib bucks, so they look like a dollar bill in a way, but they're dollar for dollar, so we encourage people to bring cash. We will have ATMs if they need to, but before they can purchase anything, they have to come to one of our tents and we sell them rib bucks. So it's dollar for dollar. The only catch is you can't bring any back. So if you get $20 worth, you either have to spend it or you get a little souvenir to take home with you. So we don't exchange it back, but it is dollar for dollar. And you can come up as many times as you want. So if you get $10 and then you want 10 more, you know, we're there all day. And we've got several different tents to help keep the lines down.
Oh, and plus with all the great ribs, I'm sure that you can find a way to spend money real quick.
Exactly. So your only cost would be whatever you decide to purchase as far as from food, craft, teams, and things like that.
Now, tell us a little bit about the Beach Bash, because I know that's new this year,
Yes,
right?
that is new. We generally have a VIP dinner party type thing for our teams, but this year we want to do something a little bit different. We kind of wanted to include the community in it and just something a little more fun for them instead of just kind of a stuffy dinner, you know, because they come out and we want them to be able to relax. So we are doing a VIP beach party, and it's going to be on Friday night from 9 to 11 p.m. And we have the Coastal Acoustic Barefoot Band who will be performing for us. So they are a local band out of Winter Haven. A lot of people really enjoy them. And we'll have beer and hors d'oeuvres. That is $20 a ticket. So you do have to pay for that. But we'll take them at the door. However you want to do that. We do encourage people, you know, if you can, to please purchase in advance, because that just helps us kind of prepare a little bit better for the food. But that will be on Friday evening, just something to enjoy and relax, and it's going to be out on our little beach area on Lake Eva, so it'll be a really good time.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, just bring your blankets and your chairs and just have a good old time.
I'm really excited about this now.
Yes.
Now, what is the deadline for people if they want to actually compete in the barbecue competitions?
We encourage them to do it as soon as possible. There is, the fee increases, I believe it's January 30th. The fee goes up if you want to compete. So we would like people to really have their registration info in probably by around February 22nd. That just gives us time to finalize the layout and things like that. So we do encourage teams, the sooner the better. I know a lot of the teams, they kind of go competition to competition. So probably about in the next 2 weeks, we will just have a flood of entries, so the sooner the better. If you're wanting to be a food or craft vendor, that's a little bit different because we don't want 5 people selling ices, you know, so that's something I definitely encourage to go ahead and get in, because we are more selective with that, because we want people to be able to sell their product and not be competing so much as far as the food and craft vendors are concerned.
That makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
Especially from a perspective of people who are coming, you want them to make sure they have the best experience they can.
Exactly. So if you're wanting to do food or crafts, I would encourage probably within the next week, you know, to 2 weeks to really come in and fill out an application. But the teams have a little bit more time because we do accept quite a few teams. So we generally, I think, have around 80 to 100 teams that come out for this event.
Wow, that is huge.
Yes, it is. So.
Now, with so many teams, I'm sure there's a lot of different styles of barbecuing. Do you have a personal favorite?
Oh goodness, there are tons. I do love a good baby back rib. Those, so good. So, but there is so many choices. I think every year, I mean, you can't even, from the year before, you find all these favorite things that you like. It's hard to decide. And then the next year, there's just so much, but it really is a lot of fun. So, and that's why it's 2 days, because it helps, people will come out Friday night. Saturday is probably the bigger day because that's when our award ceremony will take place about 5 o'clock on Saturday. So it is a longer day, but it really is quite a fun event.
Excellent. Well, I'm so happy to have you come out and tell us a little bit more about this. I'm really excited about this event. I can't wait to go myself.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming, Malia.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
If you'd like to enjoy some wonderful ribs, come out and have a great time with your family, or just see some great bands, Ribs on the Ridge is happening from February the 27th through the 28th. February the 27th will be from 5 to 9 p.m., and on the 28th will be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Lake Eva Park at 555 Ledwith Avenue in Haines City. If you'd like to find out more information, go to the Haines City website at www.hainescity.com/Ribs on the Ridge, or call 863-421-3700.